Hello Internet. So this is my 99 Dodge Dakota. I bought this pickup on eBay for 400 bucks a couple of years ago, and it's had a host of problems. So we're to the point now where there's a couple of things I need to fix. Specifically, there's rust damage on the frame on the passenger side where the rear frame is riveted to the front frame. So that's the biggie. That's the one that I absolutely need to repair. And you can see right here, the back part of the frame is riveted to the front part. And moisture and crap has gotten in between this seam and it's rusted through here. You know, that metal is completely perforated. And if I shine you on the back side, you can kind of see back there.
It actually looks worse in the front. It's got that same bulge where it's been pushed out by the rust, or the two panels have been separated. This one's actually made it all the way through, so the metal's folded back. It's really bad right there where that cross member bolts to the frame.
What I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna have to cut out this damaged frame, get all the rust out of it, and then weld in replacements and then add a reinforcement. I think that I'm gonna have to remove some stuff. The fuel tank, the exhaust, the heat shielding, maybe the drive shaft, I'm not sure yet. But I think I'm gonna go after that first. I'm just gonna set the camera up here and I'm gonna remove the fuel tank, and then I'll remove the exhaust. I'll probably go all the way up in front of the cat, take the whole thing out, and then once those are out, I can take the shock out, I can take the heat shielding off, and then I should be able to remove these two cross members. And that ought to give me like full open access here. I'm hoping then that I'll be able to see the back side of that rust. You see that light in there next to the shock? That's actually looking through the hole in the frame. Yeah, this is completely rotten. I'm going to put on a mask and wail on it with the hammer so I can see the extent of it, and then I'll bring you guys over here and show you what it looks like. So you can see right here, that's that rust hole. This here, right where the light's shining, this is the front leaf spring mount. So it's got those 4 rivets, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's rotted through there. So it looks like it's rotten from about that lower bolt hole all the way down to that hole there at the leaf spring. At a bare minimum, I have to take this front leaf spring mount off because it's riveted on with the two pieces of frame. So it's the inside frame, the outside frame, and the mount, and they come together and they're riveted. So I'm going to take all 4 rivets out. And if I do the same on this side, and then I'm really careful about it, I ought to be able to separate the back frame from the front frame. And to paint my drive shaft, it's right here. Ooh, good time to do U-joints. Alright guys, so the camera battery died and I made a little bit of progress without you. I got the leaf spring off on this side. It's still bolted to the axle. I'm going to cut those off and use the impact to remove these. I couldn't get these loose like I could on the driver's side. I can see that we've got the same sort of really thick iron oxide or rust in this frame rail. I'm feeling better about my decision to pull this apart. So what you're looking at right now, the rear frame is detached from the front frame. It's sitting in here, and I've got a clamp sort of pushing it together. What I'm hoping is I can squish it just enough that I can get one of the rails up and lift the whole thing out and not have to mess with that rear cross member. So yeah, I'm gonna sit you guys back and let you watch and see if I get misted under this or if I can get it out. Sun's bright. I managed to get the whole back of the truck pulled off. Ground up some of the exposed frame here just to see what I'm going to have to replace. There's quite a bit. This side is actually not as bad as that side, despite the big hole. So I'm going to clean up the shop now because it's just everything's a mess. And call it a night. You can hear how thin this metal is. Alright guys. It's been a few days. I still have not received the material I need to wrap this one up. Specifically, I'm waiting on the steel plate I need to weld in a patch here. So, kind of a forced stop. So I'm going to call this the end of part one. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I had a lot of fun making it. Keep an eye out for part two. In that one, I'm going to cut out this rust. I'm going to weld in patch panels. I'm going to get everything primed and painted, and I'm going to put this back together. Make it look like a pickup again. So if any of that interests you, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. There could be tears, there could be laughter, who knows? It'll be an adventure. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching.